Does your business have a Twitter account? Does it need one? Is your audience really on Twitter? Stay tuned because that's what we're talking about today. Where is your audience and is it on Twitter? Before we dive in, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want more content like this and hit the bell so you're notified every time a new video goes up. I'm Karen Terradas with Social U. For the last 12 years, I've been helping business owners just like you grow their business through social media. It worked for them and it can work for you. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Who is on Twitter? What does that audience really look like? Well, let's take a look. There's 330 million active Twitter users and about 145 million daily, and that's worldwide. 63% worldwide are between 35 and 65, although the US audience tracks either much younger or older, which I find is an interesting split. 38% of US Twitter users are between 18 and 29, and then 26% are 30 to 49. Just interesting to me. Male to female, it's 2 to 1. There's 2 men for every 1 female. Also interesting to me, it is like Pinterest is female dominated, Twitter is male dominated. Most people hang out on Twitter just a few minutes at a time, like 3 to 4 minutes at a time. 75% of business to business market their products and or services on Twitter. So there's a lot of businesses on there. 500 million tweets per day. That is like drinking from a fire hose. So just a tremendous, tremendous pool of information. More than 20% of all US internet users use Twitter at least once a month. 40% of Twitter users have carried out a purchase after seeing something on Twitter. And again, male dominated. 77% of Americans who earn 75% or more use Twitter. So it's more of an affluential app. Again, very similar to Pinterest. 80% of Twitter users are affluent millennials. I think that's fascinating. And 93% of the Twitter community members are open to brands getting involved if it's done so in the right way. So just to back up a little bit, 75% of business to businesses market and 93% of the users are open to being marketed to. I find that interesting. So what does that break down for you? It looks kind of like this. If you're marketing to a male audience who has many golf players, definitely Twitter is the audience for you. Any kind of sports, any kind of male dominated field, anything that is for a higher, again, more affluential male, Twitter's the audience for you. But because there's so much information and because people don't spend much time on Twitter, it's critical that you tweet multiple times a day just so you can be seen. It's not like Facebook or Instagram where you can just post once and it will show up in their news feed. If you're not constantly posting information, and I'm talking 3, 5, 10, 15 times a day, there's a good chance that the audience following you won't see you. And they have to be following you to see you. You're not just going to randomly pop up in their stream. Again, unlike YouTube and Instagram's For You page, they're not just going to suggest the Twitter users. You have to be following somebody. So if your audience is male dominated, affluential male dominated, Twitter is a great audience. If not, you may not want to spend your time there. Now, if you guys have been with me for any length of time, you've heard me say, all roads lead to Twitter. It is the one and only platform that you can force your other content to flow into, and you just can't overdo it. If you put every single pin and you fed it directly into Twitter, you're never going to overdo it. There's so much information and there's so many tweets per day, you can't overpost. So you can feed your Facebook, your Instagram, your Pinterest, all of it can feed directly into Twitter, and it's really good for your SEO. I'm just saying. So yeah, is Twitter for you? Maybe, maybe not. I would love to know if you're using Twitter now and what you think about it, and if it's actually working for you. So drop a comment down below and let me know if Twitter is your favorite platform and why. Speaking of Twitter, did you know the ideal image sizes for your account and posts? I'd love to help you with that. So if you will check the description below, there is a link for free downloads. It has all the graphic sizes for all the different social media platforms. Free. Go ahead and hit that link and get that free download because, hey, we're here to help. That's what we're for. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it helped you answer those some of those questions that you have as a business owner. If you did like it, please give me a thumbs up and be sure and subscribe for our next piece of content. We drop content every Friday at 2 p.m. So I will see you back then. You guys, thanks for joining me. This is Karen with Social U. Thanks.